everyone, Tiffany here from Tiffany Gordon Cosplay. And tonight we are doing, it's Thursday, so Thursday night creative stream. And we're going to be finishing up our Pink Mercy cosplay, which you can see right there is what we're going to be working on. And as always, we're joined by the supervisor, Miss Chella. Hey, just great, welcome on. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different. It's mostly gonna be in this image tonight, and I will try to talk to chat as much as possible, but I'm gonna be doing a lot of gluing for all of the blades, so I'm actually gonna be probably faced away from y'all. So again, I'll try as much as I can to answer questions, everything, but give me a few extra minutes more than normal to respond. I'm doing great today. Thanks for asking, just great. Sound is good? Awesome. Cool. Yeah, if at any point you can't hear me, just let me know, and I'll move the mic since I am going to be moving around. So yeah. And it is a week before I go out to OP Live Dallas with this cosplay. I will be debuting it at that convention. If you are interested, it is in Dallas, Texas, and you can get their tickets at www.oplivedallas.com. And they are going to be doing an Overwatch tournament with their main group, the Dallas Fuel team, the competitive team, and they're also going to be doing a Battle Royale Fortnite tournament. So if you're interested, check that out. And as well as there's going to be a couple of featured cosplayers, with me being one of them, in our Overwatch characters. So, yay! But, tonight, we're going to be working on Mercy's wings. So the image, if you follow me on my social media account that I posted of the wings, those were just on it. They weren't attached fully yet, so tonight we're going to actually be attaching them. I finished just about all of the paint job on them now, so all of the bone structure is finally finished, except for one part that I'm going to do after the stream. But we're going to go ahead and work on that. And as a reminder, this whole cosplay, I have to fly with it. So it all has to fit in a suitcase. So I'm actually going to be showing you how these wings are going to break apart. Because the blades themselves do not fit in a suitcase when it's fully assembled. So this one wing structure has to break apart into 3 to 4 different pieces. So I'll be showing you kind of how I do that as well. So, yee! And cheers everybody, thanks for joining tonight. Much love. Okay. Hi Mel, welcome on. Fun fact, Tiffany also folds and fits into a suitcase. Yee. So, how are you tonight, Mel? And I saw that you kind of saw Terrible and I were playing Monster Hunter today without you. Sorry. So, this is the harness that I have, and this section right here is 3D printed that I designed, and then on each of these, they're black tubes, and these are carbon fiber tubes that are cut and epoxied into place. Now this is to mimic her back. It was a really hard design because literally they're just kind of floating there on the straps. And typically how I would do my harnesses is I want like a full structure. So it's a weird backwards V on this one. But it's attached with leather strapping here and here, and the leather strapping's not fully done. It's just kind of tacked in place on the top. But the bottom is a clip right here that can be made tighter by pulling. And then these, or the strap here, will cross over and most likely do an X in the front and clip at the bottom as well. Just haven't gone into that yet. Saves on shipping. Aww. Well, if you skip out on work, you can always hit me up and we can play more Monster Hunter. So, yeah. Oh, and you get to see what the sounds of the wine popping that you thought was happening now. I can show you them. So, for how I do the wings, each part is 3D printed, this bottom section from here to here, and then a carbon fiber tube that's glued into place. And then I have holes in the back where these will actually be put onto these carbon fiber tubes. So they will go like so. This one doesn't like the angle as much. And a fresh paint job doesn't really help because there's still a little bit of paint. So that's basically the bone structure of my Mercy wings. And I do a lot of my wings kind of in the same format. Just each one is like unique for the cosplay or like the character that I'm portraying, but the basic of the harness is pretty much the same. I always do a 3D printed harness with leather straps, and then I use carbon fiber tubes to attach each piece just because it's really 3D printed stuff on my own? Basically, at my old job, I was a jewelry designer, and basically kind of taught myself Rhino, and some of the other employees kind of helped me guide myself. And except I was working on everything like scale of a ring, so this size. And this is actually a lot easier than what I was doing at my job because that was more detailed and all. But here, I just only work in Rhino 6, and then I print it on my own 3D printer, which is the Prusa i3 MK2, I think? I think that's it. Crimson, if you're on, you can correct me on that. Something like that, though, but it's a Prusa. I'm gonna close my blinds real quick, so give me like 2 seconds, since it's kind of dark outside. Oh, I actually remembered it! Awesome. Prusa i3 MK2. Cool. Your 2D printer doesn't even work? Aw. Feels bad. Okay, I don't really like this station. Let's try... We'll do this one a little bit. Out of ink. Yeah, ink's expensive. Okay, so now we're gonna do the other side, make sure they all work, and then I'll take them all apart and we'll start gluing. Yeah. Okay. Make sure it rotates. Yeah, the printer I have is only a black ink printer, and I had to get one of the really old school ones that it's a specific type because I got this printer specifically for etching on copper, and the filament paper that I use, this is all probably, but the filament paper that I use is you print the black ink on it and then you heat up your metal, and it has to be a specific type of black ink, which this printer is, and I don't remember exactly the type. But then you can iron on the paper onto your metal, and when you electric etch, the black that's on the metal will actually not erode in those spots, and will erode in the non-ink filled spots. And you'll then have an etch on your metal. Woot! And it's a lot cheaper than ferric chloride etching. I can say that. Oh, I did get it. Okay. And feel free, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask along the way for this cosplay or any of my other ones. Okay, and then the next step is to rotate each of them. Make sure it's nice and loose. There we go. Okay, so there's our blades. And what I was talking about for making them rotate by not having this part glued is you can actually adjust it so they're like that, or like that, wherever they kind of sit. So. There. But yeah, and each of these blades we're gonna epoxy in just a second as well. For the top pink parts of the wings, I've decided I'm actually going to attach them with Velcro. Due to transportation in a suitcase, if I have it permanently attached, I'm more afraid that it might get a little messed up in transportation. And also because this part, this section, and this section all disassemble, it'll just be a lot easier if I have the top piece where it just comes on and off easily. So in the end, these pieces, I'll probably do a strip of foam or something on the inside, but then I'll add Velcro onto there, and then a Velcro strip onto the top, so it's not noticeable, and then I'll be able to just put it in place where I want it to sit. So, but yeah, my little engineering kind of little tricks. Hee. Okay, so next step is I just want to wiggle the blades a little bit, make sure that they're fully loose and easy to get on and off, so that way we can start applying the epoxy. There's like a little spot on it. Okay. And when I epoxy them, I have to do a whole side at a time, and it's like a 5-minute set, so I'm gonna have to work really, really fast, and I won't be able to answer any questions during that time, but I have to make sure that they're all on, and I rotate them into the position that I want. The reason for this is so that way, like, if I laid it down to dry, they might not necessarily be the angle that I want them to be at. And I have to make sure that it can easily disassemble on and off as well. So to show you, I'll show you. So like, this whole section we'll be able to remove, as well as this section for transportation. So this will be one, and then these two will be one to fit into the suitcase. And it helps not having the top piece, because then you can just be full hands-on instead of, oh shit, I'm breaking it, or something, and like having to be extra careful. For this, I want to make sure the blades are directly facing downward and not at an angle, so that way when we glue it, the glue will be at the most part for it to drip down on, instead of seeping or the wings bending or whatnot. Pretend that sentence made sense. Okay. Be about there. This one's pretty good. Okay, now I just want to kind of rotate each of them, make sure that they're loosey-goosey. Pretty good. This one I have to be careful with. This one's the one that broke on me a little bit. And that one's really good. Okay. It's like a little bit of paint. There we go. Easy. Good. Alright. I'm also going to, since we're going to be doing one set at a time, I'm going to offset the balance by putting a little weighted bag, a 2-pound bag, on the side that we're not working on. And for this reason is so that way the wings don't fully go like the teapot tipping over. So yeah. And this is where gluing them will be a lot easier than the original idea of having to do this each time for each blade, which would be a very pain. Right, it's fur. So how's everybody's week been? Mine's been pretty well. Gotten a lot of work done on this cosplay. Come on. It does not want to go. There. You can see here with the fresh paint how it's peeling it. That's why I wanted to preset it to make sure could easily get it on and off for gluing. So yeah. And I did finish all of the assembly of my staff as well. And if you follow me on any of my social medias, so Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, you'll see all of the parts before they're primed. And in total, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 8 pieces, and in the end, it'll end up being 7 parts to assemble. And it also fits in a suitcase. So a staff that's this tall. Yay! But I'm pretty proud of it. And I have it where the blades on the staff actually will be able to sit in 2 separate positions. So it'll be where it's completely downward, and then it'll also open up. more of the epoxy coming out of the seams, which means you have a good seal. So we'll be doing that. We are good. We have our pie. And I'm totally fine if you're that way of a fairy too. That just makes you even more amazing. Our gear for the stream, as well as wine, which is very important to the stream if you are new. Okay. Pretty good. Now I want to add just a little bit. Let's see. Can I open this? There. I brought a stool, by the way. That's what that sound was. So I can rest this. I actually want to mix new glue. It's a little tacky. Sorry, it refreshes whenever I go to that. So I'm just gonna mix a little bit more so we can do some touch up with the glue real quick. So. And thanks for watching, everybody. Feel free to ask questions if you have any. Come on, glue. I really hope that's not for having a roommate that watches the stream. Thank you, Crimson. It's a different one. That one's really good. I like that one. It's like more of a green grapey taste, slight bitterness. And a little bit of crisp. It's good. I like wine. Next drink vodka for you, Mel, not for me. You can have my portion of vodka, okay? Okay, now for the weird sound again. Oh wait, before we do that, I want to get all my wings situated. I'm like, go fast! And then I need to slow down. Are you doing a Dr. Pepper vodka drink, Mr. Mel? No Dr. Pepper, just straight vodka? You don't think you're made by a real toy? You usually keep drinking for the weekend? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm just removing a little bit more of the paint. Making sure if there's any loose pieces that they don't make it as hard to glue on. You'll be at a racetrack tomorrow, so you'll have your beer there. Oh, what type of racetrack? Cars, dogs, or horses? Or other? There we go. Sorry I hit the mic. Horse races? Oh, I've never been to one before. Are you going with your family or some friends? You should have said other. I don't know, I mean, there's tractor racing and other stuff. Pig racing, I don't know. A work outing? Huh. Well, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that all of the, your boss, I hope they're paying for the beer. So... Okay, now for working fast real quick. They're paying for the food and entry beer is on you. Oh, okay. Well, at least they're getting food. Hopefully it's not just like hot dogs. Are you gonna do any betting, Mel? I don't know if you're like a gambling guy or not. So we're mixing the two equal halves together right now of the epoxy. switch over. Maybe you're not a big gambler. Okay. Right, yeah. Have to make sure they're both the same. Typically, when I apply epoxy, I like to put it to both pieces, but in this case, I'm not able to. So I have to make sure I have enough on it. And then we go back afterwards and add a little bit more. So let's see, how can I do this? Bloop, 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 bloop. We need to switch to this lighting. And then okay, that's fixed. Over there. It's here. Get rid of that. Sorry, I'm having to change my layout. Everything gets reversed when I do a game stream then. There. You'll play? Awesome. Cool. Alright. Things like all asleep in the chair back there. I'm gonna have to roll my chair in here. And we're gonna have Mercy in the background probably because I can't really move it. So we'll move this over here for now. Here you go. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the first half of the stream. We typically go till 10 p.m. working on cosplay stuff, but right now I really just need things to dry. So, yeah. Oh, I can show you all of the parts to the staff though, because you haven't seen that. So many pieces. So many pieces. Okay, so all of them, like the staff fully disassembles. So, you like to watch paint dry? Glad. So you have this part, which is the bottom half, which is 3D printed, the pink spiral, the pink gem, and then it's a clear acrylic rod. And then it's a broomstick that's cut, and then I have it taped off right now because it's ready for plasti dip. And this is a screw that'll insert into the male end, or female end, sorry. And then the next section up, it goes into the spiral part, which is not too fancy. Which then goes into this part, which is her staff, and this is where she like supposedly presses the button and changes the healing to attack boost kind of thing. But yeah. And this template is also available on my website. It's a 2D, 2-scale, ready-to-print blueprint of Pink Mercy's staff as well as the wings. And I also have her pistol on there, as well as many, many other Mercy ones and other characters as well. So check it out. But yeah, so this one, her staff, which then goes into the test tube piece. This one, which is the broom is right here with the female part, so it'll screw into place. This is foam on top, foam. The purple thing on the inside is 3D printed, and then it is a clear acrylic tube that's been cut, and then the section under here, this piece, is 3D printed to hold it in place, and then it's wrapped in foam, and then the crown, which is supposed to levitate on top, I have clear clear acrylic rod that will insert into here, and then it'll go up into the crown, and then I'll have like a little bar in the center to hold it in place so it can kind of look like it's floating. And the side pieces, so this is the little side piece that I made, and I said earlier that it's going to be in 2 positions. Well, I made it flat. Let me put this down. I made it flat right here so you can see. And this reason is I'm going to put a Velcro strip here and a Velcro strip here. And that's going to give it 2 positions, also make it a lot easier to transport in a suitcase. So when it is attached to here, it can be in this position, or I can reattach it so it's in this position. So you can imagine all of them being outward at once when she's actually boosting someone, or in just running around mode like this. And then for transportation, just take it off. So